I'm Nashawn Tesdell, this is Brianne Fenton, and this is Montavious Tesdell. And our handprint tells our story.
We're from Salem, and we've come to Dornbecker's for the last almost about 5 years. He loves to dance, he loves to fish sometimes. He does pretty much anything and everything. He's kind of up for anything and everything. He's my little daredevil, so he'll do anything. I thought I had a purpose and had a reason in life to live before, and I didn't know anything until that moment, you know, you see your own son. It's a feeling all of its own. It's almost indescribable where you just feel it. That's yours, that's your boy. You're ready to give him everything you got. And Monte was diagnosed with infant ALL, which is also known as acute lymphnoblastic leukemia. He was diagnosed at 10 months. Actually, when I found out, I was at work that day and got a phone call from Brianne, and I couldn't really understand what she was saying. I just heard a whole lot of crying, and I heard Dornbecker's out of it, so didn't really know what was going on, just kind of rushed up here. And you know, to be honest with you, getting that news, it was a black area. There was just a gray area. Just hearing that first initial, he has cancer, and I didn't really know anything about cancer at that point. And anger, frustration, a lot of it just kind of set in, and that week it was really dark. So that first year, we did a lot of inpatient. So basically when we went to Salem Hospital and took him there, because he had fallen off the bed and hit his head, and they took some CTs of his head, but his mouth would not stop bleeding where he had hit his mouth at. We ended up taking him into his primary care physician the next day because he wasn't looking right. And we went in there for tests, and then they sent us up here. And didn't know exactly where we were going. We just said they needed to go do tests to bring an overnight bag, and we didn't go home for 5 weeks. So that's kind of how it all began for us. So we went through almost a full 3 years of chemotherapy. We went through all of the intensive, the inductive, and he had 2 months left and he relapsed. So then at that point we came back in and met with the doctors and seen what his best chances and what they thought would work best for him at that point. And that was going in and doing a transplant. At that point, Montavious, we couldn't find a match. He's mixed nationalities, so we couldn't find a match for a bone marrow transplant. So they went to the next best thing, and we did a cord blood transplant, which is a safe placenta sac of the born children, that people donate for research. And that's kind of what we went with for him, and it has worked. It's been about 2 years now. September 30th will be 2 years post-transplant. I want him to do anything that he wants possible. For what he's had to be put through, there is no limit for this kid. I mean, if he wants to be president of the United States, he can be president. If he wants to be an actor, because he is such a little ham, he loves to dance, he loves to put on shows, he loves to make people laugh. I mean, he is, a little showman, and I just want him to do what makes him happy. I want him to just live a long, healthy life and just kind of conquer the world and just take one day at a time.
I'll be the one to keep you warm. I'll take you in out of the storm.